Buenos días. Good morning. ¿Cómo allez-vous? That's the only thing I remember, I think, from the 3 years of French I took in college. No, I know something else just came. Je m'appelle Jacques. My name is James. So, good morning to everyone. I hope you were at church yesterday on the 4th of July. We are now Monday, the 5th of July. Remember what's coming up this week on the 11th. We are going to have 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and we are having a memorial service for all those who have lost loved ones, family members to COVID. If you know someone who is not a Christian, doesn't come to church, but lost someone, tell them to come. You can send the image of the lost one, loved one, family member. Go to our website. You'll be directed to where you can send it in. We're going to be looping it, having a music, a memorial for them, remembering them, and ministering to all who come. And who knows that by coming to a memorial service, remembering a departed loved one, someone might hear about Jesus and get a new lease on life themselves. So now we are reading in Romans 7, which is this warfare between, as we're going to learn, sin and the law of God, the motions of sin. Verse 9 of chapter 7, once I was alive apart from the law, but when the commandment came, the moral commandment from God, sin sprang to life and I died. I found that the very commandment that was intended to bring life actually brought death. What law is this? The law of God, the 10 commandments, the thing that was written by God on stone. How'd that happen? For sin, notice he speaks about it as a person, an energy, a force. For sin, seizing the opportunity afforded by the commandment, deceived me. How did sin deceive us? Using the commandment of God. It deceived us, first of all, it deceived us about God and about ourselves. Here's what sin says. Look at what God, he wants to rain on my parade. Look, he says, don't do this, don't do that. I can't sleep around. I can't steal. I can't lie. I mean, how am I going to live? God is against me. You know, if you serve God, if you become a Christian, it's really a very narrow, boring, terrible life. That's how sin lies. Using the commandment, lying because Satan is a liar, uses that lie. Look, God is against you. He knows he wants to keep you from a happy life. Do what you feel. Don't let God squeeze you into that narrow way of living. Then sin also deceives us about ourselves. Like it says, no, you can obey that commandment on yourself. You mean sin would do that? Yeah. Self is, I can do that. I can obey that. So we're double deceived. We're deceived about God and we're deceived about ourselves. We think we can be what we want to be without the help of God, which is what the discovery is coming now to the Apostle Paul in this very important passage. So, for sin, seizing the opportunity afforded by the commandment, deceived me, and through the commandment put me to death. So then, the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, righteous, and good. The commandment put me to death. What does that mean? The commandment of God put me to death. How did it put me to death? Well, number one, legally it put me to death because God said, the lawgiver, the soul that sins shall surely die. Muerte. So legally, nobody can live under the law because the commandments condemn. The commandments end up condemning us because all have sinned. And the commandments never say, you did 90% good today? Oh, good job. Oh, most of the day you were doing good. You only lied a few times. You stole that money from your coworker, but basically you had a good day. No, the law doesn't work like that. The law pronounces death, not just legally, but morally. How does the law put us to death morally? Because, as we're going to see, it runs you up against this dilemma. The law commands, but I keep rebelling against it. Or something in me rebels against it. Even when you agree with the law and you say, that's right. That's right. Well, why then 8 hours later are we doing the opposite? So the law just morally, legally, there's no hope. Come on, hasn't that ever happened to you? Like you read or you hear a sermon, we're going to have to give an answer, Jesus said, for every word we say. 6 things God hates, even 7. Among them are divisive people, gossipers, slanderers. Talking about people who aren't present in a terrible negative way. And we go, amen. Oh, man, it's so true. And the preacher says, would you like someone talking about you that way if you weren't present? And we go, no, that's a terrible thing to do. Fast forward just 8 hours. You're at the table, a bunch of people talking. And they bring up somebody who's not there, and they're not exactly extolling that person. And your mind says, oh, this is not good. This is not good because I just heard this morning, that's not good. Gossip, slander, that's not good. We're going to have to give an answer to God. But then as you listen, this little tongue, is it the tongue? Is it something in here? What is this? You want to get scissors. Can I clip this little sucker off here? Because I have to. I have to join in. I have to. No, you don't have to. Yeah, I have to. Don't tell me I don't have to. I have to say something. And we join in and do the very thing that our conscience was just telling us, that we just heard that morning, that beautiful sermon. Come on, that's never been in some area of your life, your experience, my experience. No. The law, even though it's holy and righteous and is good, underneath it, pushing it back, is the sin nature, the motions of sin. We're going to learn more about how Paul learned the solution to this dilemma. Tune in tomorrow. Blessings.